Hi there. I believe we are live. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm just refreshing my computer screen so I can see what my phone is seeing, since my phone is the recording vessel here. And okay, good, we are live. So, hi there. There may be a slight delay if you ask any questions or leave comments. I am watching the video on my computer screen, and I know there's a slight delay. So just to be aware, I'm not ignoring you if I don't answer you right away, okay? And I'm going to shuffle these cards so we can see what energies we're working with for 2018. And remember, this is collective. This is not by any means a personal reading. However, hi Dawn, I love you too. I love you too, honey. Let's see. We just pulled one card. Let's see what that one's for. You'll get to see some of the, ooh, that one almost popped out. That's interesting. See how I work with cards in general, especially when I'm doing a multi-card reading, which this is. I just shuffle until I feel a yes response. Oh, I just went by something here. Let's see. That one. That's 4. We need 2 more cards. Let's see. Let's see. I can tell we're close. It's my yes response when I'm doing this. It feels like I have a ton of energy up in my eyes and my forehead. That's 5. We need 1 more. Oh, we have 2 that flipped over. Are we using either of these? No. Okay, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Let's keep on going here. I need 1 more card. Oh, that's it. I think that's it. Or is this it? Oh, this one or this one? That one. Okay. They were beside each other, so they were sharing some energy. All right, so I am going to put these in order based on how I wrote them up in the description. So first I'm looking for our personal growth card. Personal growth. And second is well-being. This is well-being. And then we have business. And then we have worldview. Ooh. And the next one will be weather. And then we have our other card. I'm going to put this one right here for now and see what comes up. All right. Oh boy, here we go. So our first card, which is for personal growth, oh, well, yeah, look at that, is love. And I'm hoping you can see that relatively well here. Maybe I need to bring it down further. There we go, not bad. Love, that is our personal growth card. And why love? Why not love? Why would there be anything other than love, which would be the primary energy for personal growth, as love is inclusive? So, well, yes, love is inclusive. And inclusive in the sense that love includes love for ourselves, love for others, love for all beings, love for our planet. So, there's our personal growth card, love. And I would encourage you, if you work with divination cards, to draw a card in addition to each of the ones that we're seeing here today for your own energies, to personalize it. So you can start, for instance, here's our personal growth card, love. So start with that as the basis for a 2018 reading for yourself, and then draw a card to go along with that, and notice how they connect, notice how they communicate. What is in this for you? Okay? So let's go on to well-being. Dun, da, da, da. Oh my goodness. One last time for the Ten of Water for 2017. This has been such a show of force, a beautiful show of force in the last couple of months. It's just wonderful. So personal well-being is all about meditation, prayer, peace, in open and loving communication with yourself. Yeah. That makes complete sense to me, and I hope it will for you too. I would say that it goes right along with a love card in a way. That kind of doubles down in the energies, perhaps. It's just that in this sense, rather than personal growth, and so what is personal growth about? Let's just go back to that first card for a second. What does personal growth mean to you? For myself, personal growth means tending to my self-education, furthering my knowledge of interests that I have, furthering relationships, deepening relationships. So when we come to well-being, then, well-being equals wellness, emotional, mental, physical, and of course there's some spillover, I would say, into personal growth. I think they can walk hand in hand. And yet this is more specific to how we take care of ourselves, what we do for ourselves to help us to be more in wholeness. And by wholeness, I mean balancing body, mind, and spirit. So I know meditation and prayer were mentioned. If you have a meditation practice or you've considered one, 2018 is a great time to either further your meditation practice or begin one. If prayer is more your thing, make it more consistent. Commit to yourself, commit to a daily practice. If, in regards to food, I mean, heaven knows the holidays are full of temptations. They're full of nostalgic foods that we may only get this time of the year. And so what happens? We may overindulge. So 2018 brings us an opportunity to get back on track and perhaps to try something different, to really pay attention to our physical well-being, not only in terms of food, but in terms of how we move our body. And so maybe it's time to pick up a yoga practice. Maybe it's time to commit to a walking practice. And so things to consider, and very practical, okay? So card number 3 is business related. So this can be either if you are an entrepreneur this could be, if you're in a career meaning you work for somebody else. Okay. So the moon, what an interesting draw for business. Hi Peggy, except I would say when the moon is typically about going within, looking within. And in that sense, if you are in a career, and again, meaning that you're working for someone else, maybe it's time to really do a check-in about what you are bringing to the table and or what the job brings to you. Is it enough for you? Is it fulfilling? I mean, it would be optimal if whatever you do career-wise just hits the mark and fills you up and all of that. Not necessarily can that always be the case, unfortunately. And if it isn't, how perhaps can you change your inner perspective to be more at peace with that, especially if you don't have other options to go to? This doesn't feel like a shake-up or a shakedown or anything like that. This just feels like really checking in with yourself about what it is you're doing, because we spend so much of our time working. And if you're an entrepreneur, consider, is your business fulfilling its mission? Is your business fulfilling your mission? Is there something that can be tweaked? Is there another layer that can be added to it? And if there's something added to it, what is subtracted? Make sure to balance that. This isn't about, like just her laying it on thick. That's not what it's about. Especially with entrepreneurs, we tend to lay it on thick as it is. So really be mindful of balance there. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else around business. No, this just feels like really, in both instances, just really checking in with where we're at. And as we move forward into 2018, making sure that our inner balance is matching the outer, I just heard the outer specificities of what people see about what we do career-wise or what we do business-wise. Okay, very interesting. All right, the next one is worldview. And worldview, okay. So, justice. And what I will say, by the way, is justice in the Good Tarot is an 11 card. And 11 is the numerological vibration of 2018. And we know that because we add 2, 0, 1, and 8. Sharon, you haven't come on too late, darling. You can always go back and watch it once the replay is up. This is our 4th card, yes, but we have 2 more to go. You are not on too late at all. Ideal timing for what you need for now, okay? So the number 11 is a number of mastery, okay? And mastery can mean many things. Mastery can mean, obviously, mastering a craft or becoming masterful at something. With this particular vibration and the fact that this is the Justice card, I see this as, when I bring the mastery part of it in, I see this as oh boy, I just heard a very big karmic shift. And so what does that mean? Well, what does it mean to you? Think about what that would mean to you on a worldview wise. For me, I'm feeling a lot of emotion. I'm actually feeling quite a bit of sorrow, and I feel like I'm picking up on a vibration from Earth, and restitution has to be made. Restitution has to be made. And so that means there's almost a comeuppance for all of us in terms of how we step out in the world, how we perceive the world, how we use the world, I don't see this at all as a negative. I see it as a necessity. That we need to regain balance, and that's what justice is about here. Regaining balance. Okay? Oh boy. So then our next card is about weather. And okay. That's very, very interesting. So strength in regards to weather patterns. Well, if I look at it or if I approach it from a very linear almost trajectory, then I feel like weather will be coming on strong this year. And so what could that mean? It could mean more extreme weather patterns, which I'm getting a yes on. It could mean that the earthquakes, which we have been spoiling for, come to fruition. It could mean more forest fires. It could mean more flooding. It could mean greater potential for damage related to weather patterns, storms, high tides. Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, we stop and think about, the polar ice cap melting and things like that, glaciers melting and the sea rising. And again, I'm not at all a doomsday person. I'm not at all a doom and gloom person. This is to me just the result of what's been happening. It's just a result of what's been happening. And brings me back to this worldview about justice and our need to create, or rather recreate, balance. Because we as a people, truly, I would say, well, I just heard self-serving, and yes, there is some self-service in how we have approached building our societies, in how we use energies that are either fossil fuels or are generated by other scientific means, not taking into consideration the reflection upon Earth. And so I see a combination here. This being a result of what we have done, and here's our opportunity again, coming back to justice. Here is our opportunity to correct that, because that's the thing that feels really important here too. We can correct it. Can we bring Earth back to her ideal state, to her natural state of being, her quote-unquote newborn state of being? No, and it's impractical to feel that we could. However, we can certainly restore her to a measure of health and learn to work with her as opposed to against her. And that will benefit everybody. And we need to start that, yesterday. Which we can too. So when do we start? With the new year. Okay? And finally, our other card, which is the Seven of Water. And so the Seven of Water, which is a reflection of the conventional tarot Seven of Cups, is about choices, is about decisions. So notice how the mermaid has all of these things she's looking at, these different fishes, these different shells. And what a wonderful thing to have all these choices. Can it sometimes be overwhelming? Sure. It doesn't need to be. It's all depends on our perspective. So this other card is, I'm going to see if I can actually just give over to our collective guides here. And we wish for you to understand this card represents the choices you will have, the choices offered to you, the choices which will better the environment, the world, yourself, your relationships. It is all what you choose. And that's the biggie. To me right there, that's the biggie. Because everything we do is a matter of choice. We either choose that which helps or we choose that which hurts. And although that may seem, again, that word linear comes up, just like, or very black and white. That's kind of the point we're at. And with the mastery year, that's really the point we're at. It's all about choosing what helps over what hurts. On every level. Every level. So there you go, my dear. That is our reading for 2018 for our collective energies. And again, I'll encourage you, if you have your own divination cards, to draw one to represent each of these as well and see how they match up or mash up or totally go against each other. And otherwise, if you feel like it, journal this out. Take each one of these and, do some journaling work here and notice what comes up for you personally, what these energies mean for you. Okay? Wishing you all so much love, so much light. I'm holding all this energy in my hands and offering it to you. Please take it. Please bring it with you. Please enter it into your heart and bring it with you as you step into 2018 and leave all the crap behind. Okay? Love and light. Blessings and peace.